We're learning more about what happened to Jaycee Dugard in the days and months after her kidnapping 18 years ago. And it is as troubling as you'd expect. CBS News correspondent Ben Tracy has the latest from Los Angeles.
The last time she was seen, it was 1991. 11-year-old Jaycee Dugard was at the bus stop near her house in South Lake Tahoe when she was dragged into a car, allegedly by Philip and Nancy Garrido.
Once she was in the car, what happened was they pushed her down on the floorboards, threatened her, and then took her straight away to Antioch, California.
Former San Francisco prosecutor Michael Cardoza says police sources tell him it was years before Jaycee was allowed in public.
They put her in the backyard in a tent or one of the outbuildings back there. They left her in that backyard for 3.5 years before they let her get out into public.
But in 1993, just 2 years into the ordeal, Philip Garrido spent 1 month in jail on a parole violation. During that time, it's believed that his wife Nancy was in charge of Jaycee. And when Philip got out of jail, it's believed that's when he fathered the first of Jaycee's 2 daughters. Ed Tracy, CBS News, Los Angeles.
We're joined now by Dr. Phil McGraw, the best-selling author and host of the Dr. Phil Show, which, by the way, launches its 8th season next Monday. Good morning and congratulations.
Good morning. Thank you.
I want to talk about your new season, but first let me ask you about this story, which I know you dedicated an hour to last week. I watched it. You were shaking your head during the whole piece.
Well, it's just so hard to wrap your mind around something like that. And one of the most frustrating things for me is people that I guess because they can't wrap their minds around it are asking, how could she be controlled like that? Look, when you're 11 years old and you are abducted by a power figure and you're the number one tool of an abuser is isolation. And as we just heard, it seems that this girl was isolated forever before she ever got any ability to move around. And when you're 11 years old, you're so vulnerable. I don't ask myself how that could happen. I ask myself how anything else could happen. I mean, and it's going to be a very tough road back for her, and even a tough road for those 2 girls, because they don't have any anchor in the real world. She at least had 4,000 days with her parents, and now, you know, like 9,000 days with this guy. It's just going to be so difficult for them to find their way back, but it can happen.
How do you explain to those girls, do you explain to them that their father is actually a kidnapper who raped their mother?
And see, everybody knows what's gone on, that this guy has allegedly done all of these things, but from their perspective, this is the only father they've known. What we don't know yet is what he did with them, because we know what he's alleged to have done with Jaycee. Did he also molest these girls? And what kind of connection has he, toxic connection has he formed with them? All of this is going to have to be unraveled, and it's going to be very, very slow going. There's going to be a mix of emotions where they're actually grieving the loss of this person and missing him, but then learning what has happened, and it's going to be such conflict that they can really fall through the cracks if great care is not taken.
Such an important topic, and I know you'll be addressing a lot of important topics in your 8th season, which is kicking off with something different, Dr. Phil.
It is. For the first time ever, unprecedented, we're going live. And when you go live with my subject matter, you never know what's going to happen. But we're going live right here from New York on Monday. We're very excited about that. We're going to be up here on the East Coast all week. And you know something, I think that our show, if I can beat our own drum, I think our show is more relevant now than it's ever been, because everything that's going on in people's lives right now, the stress and pressure of the economy, the explosion of the internet, things that are bombarding our children. And in years past, I have oftentimes been very direct, as you know. I'll get in somebody's face and tell them the truth as I see it, because I felt like people have needed a wake-up call. But you know what? I think people know what the problems are this year. It's the biggest change I've seen in the year from last summer when we were getting ready for season 7. I've seen the biggest shift. I think people know the problems this year.
So is it more solution-oriented?
I think they're very much looking for solutions. You know, I've been in their face before to give them that wake-up call. I've got their back now, because I think they know the problems. I'm still going to be very direct. I'm still going to put verbs in my sentences and try to give people the answers they're looking for. But we're going to do this together. We're in it together. We're going to do it together. I've never been more excited.
And I love how you interact with people on the street. We want to show a quick clip of the new season. This is fun. Watch this, everybody.
Who are you talking to?
Right now?
Yeah, no, when you're texting all the time. You're talking to me right now.
I talk to my friends.
But isn't she your friend? My attitude is, If you would rather be talking to them, then go be with them.
Dr. Phil, straight talking. Dr. Phil, as always, thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.